Hello everyone, welcome to It's Not Easy Being Green Screen, and here we are with Capcom's very own sidearms, or in the arcade known as Hyperdyne sidearms. And this is the Amstrad port. It's a endless shoot 'em up where you have to take on Captain Henry, I think, Captain Harry, something like that, underwater to shoot lots of nasty little beasties, courtesy of the evil Boson. Yes, shoot 'em up fair standard per se, and borrows bits of elements from Gradius in the way the power-up system works and everything. You get some rather impressive firepower and speed-ups once you get going in this. It's difficult to get going sometimes. It's quite slow to start off with, yes, see, look, he flew straight into me. Collision detection is a little bit off here and there, but the thing is, it's got this rather memorable, if slightly repetitive music playing, and it's visually interesting in the fact that there's lots going on. There's lots of big sprites in this, and there's plenty. When you get lots of firepower, there's loads of moving parts going on, which makes it kind of exciting at certain points, should I say? Not certain paints. That's a different thing. But in colour, it's rather nice graphically. Could move a little bit faster, I guarantee you that. And there are parts where it gets very dull indeed, and there's nothing going on. I just flew straight through my firepower there, got me split laser now. So what we're going to do is have a look at what this is like in green. Again, just flew straight into me again. That was no good, was it? Lots of blue going on here. I want to know how that's going to work out, because blue transferring to green, normally a dark shade of green, doesn't normally work very well. So here we are, we've paused the game, and let's switch it to green and see what happens. Okay, the blue border hasn't been too bad actually. I thought that would go a lot darker. All the background there, the mountain background, that's just become a sort of dull lump of nothing. That doesn't look like anything anymore. It's all the colour gradients that were in it, and the pixeling and stippling, it's all completely disappeared there. The detail on our Mr. Captain Harry or Captain Henry has gone as well. Can I see the... Oh, I suppose the HUD at the bottom is still very, very clear, signifying your weapon choice. The thing is, the background has been completely lost. There's no detail in the background anymore, and it's kind of sort of like difficult to see what's actually how you're progressing now. The explosions, see, they're dull as well. It's all very dark in the background. Lots of very bright lights coming off your weapons, I've got to admit. In fact, the weapons look kind of snazzy. They look like shooting green lightsabers going through the sky, doesn't it? It looks very pretty. Lots of green flashing orbs going around. The enemies haven't fared very well. They're just lumps of green dark mush. There's obviously some more detail there on the background, which you can't see much because it's all very, very dark. Have I got an extra speed up there? I have got an extra speed up. I didn't notice, but there is a slight shade of different green at the bottom there. Well, yeah, did away with him pretty quickly. The mid-stage boss. And here we go. Now, I don't know what I'm doing now, because I believe I'm moving down. Oh, yes, I can just see... Yeah, there it goes. See, there was things at the side happening, but very dark, so I didn't quite notice. You're going into a different depth level, where there's no enemies at this point, which is bizarre. I always thought there should be enemies floating around at this point, but there are no enemies. It's actually very playable in green, to be fair. I mean, apart from the background going extremely dark and you not being able to see much, everything is still relatively visible. The score certainly is, and so is the HUD. Your firepower is extremely bright. I think your firepower actually looks probably better in green, which is an interesting plus. Here we go into the next stage. Let's see what the enemies look like now, because you get different kinds of enemies coming at you. Now, that's just... I'm just floating in dark now, there's nothing going on. Oh, here we go. Ah, right, CSC looks behind me. I see all this stuff here is quite colourful. All this is like an engineering, spacey kind of buildings and tech, all that kind of stuff. It all looks rather colourful in colour, but yeah, again, all rather dull. A little bit... look, they're certainly alien looking. Oh, that flew straight into me there. Certainly alien looking. It's certainly playable, to be honest. It's not the worst. There are a lot of games that are fair worse, a lot more in green. This ain't too bad, actually. It's things are highlighted, and yeah, not bad. Then title screen looks a bit dull. Yeah. Okay, well anyway, that's Sidearms in green on the Amstrad. Thank you for watching this episode, and I'll see you next time. Bug out. And no, and here's the loading screen, just so you know what that looks like in green as well.